on your mobile.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where did we stop yesterday.
It's going to be published in a minute.
Yeah, no, there's no hurry, no hurry. So, hal yajlis khana?
Okay, yes. Yeah, share. Yeah. So he's sharing with you now?
Yeah.
He's sharing with you. Yeah. It's
Yes.
published. Published now. Yeah. Like
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Anbiya wal Mursaleen. Yeah. Amen. Yesterday we ended up with 2:06 to 2:20, I think. Yeah? 15 hadith. 2:20, yeah. So from next week, I won't be here over the weekend, so Imam Hamid will do Saturdays only.
okay.
Yeah. Ask him if he wants to do Sundays also.
Sunday is not.
But no, if he is not there, I can request Imam Osama
Yeah. Yeah,
to
inshallah.
pitch in, yeah.
Inshallah.
And in the winter we have to do from after Maghrib, isn't it?
Mhm.
Just in October, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So after a month or so. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Chapter 113, a man's assistance to his brother. So we helping each other. Hadith number 220 today. حدثنا إسماعيل بن أويس قال حدثني عبد الرحمن بن أبي الزناد عن أبي عن عروة عن أبي مرابح عن أبي ذر رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قيل أي الأعمال خير قال إيمان بالله وجهاد في سبيله قيل فأي الرقاب أفضل قال أغلاها ثمنا وأنفسها عند أهلها قال أفرأيت إن لم أستطع بعض الأمل قال فتعين ضائعا أو تصنع لأخرق قال أفرأيت إن ضعفت قال تدع الناس من الشر فإنها صدقة تصدق بها على نفسك تصدق بها على نفسك. So helping each other. So there is a concept of positively helping, mean helping by going out and working for other people, or there is another type of help, not to bother anybody, not to bother anybody. So Abu Dharr radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, very famous Sahabi radhiyallahu ta'ala, said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, which is the best action? What are the priorities of good and less good or lesser good? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Iman billah, belief in Allah. So there is nothing better than La ilaha illallah. And jihad in his way. Jihad doesn't mean fighting. Jihad means striving, yeah? Doing effort to with yourself, with your friends, and with others, friends and enemies. Yeah. So jihad in his way, in Allah's way. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, which slave are best to set free? You know, how to, which slaves are, I mean, slaves were very cheap at that time, but still, so Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, the highest in price and most precious to their owners. So like very sought after slaves, you buy them and set them free. Because as we know that many free slave of Abdullah ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Umar, they became the super duper alim in that time. So the better and more educated and more desirable. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, what do you think if I think I should do if I am unable to perform some of these actions? I cannot afford to do big charity, and I cannot afford to go out in the way path of Allah. Then what should I do? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, okay, just help someone. He said, help someone with family or small children, families. Or work for someone unskilled. I think those people who are not expert in getting things done, and you are a craftsman, you just help them. So either help someone with family or children, small children. Families do need someone to work them, like buying, shopping, or fetching something. And then Rasulullah sallallahu asked, what do you think that I should do if I am too weak to do to go out and help others? Yeah. So it's gradually asking, if I can't do that, what is the next thing to do? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi said, he said, spare people your evil. Just don't go and don't bother anybody else. If you go into people and if you can't help them, you might end up like idle talks, or saying something to someone. Qala, he said, spare people of your evil. That is the sadaqah which you do to yourself. If you are not in a position to help others, don't be burden on others, or don't be botheration to others. This is the least thing one can do. In other wordings of this same hadith, I remember, وَلْيَسَعَ بَيْتُكَ, that your house should be wide enough to be confined to your house. Don't go out and shout on other people. So that is also a good thing to do. Some people cannot help themselves, so if they refrain, it's like a Tablighi Jamaat number 7th point, like Tarku ma la yani, don't do anything which it is not concern you. So saving yourself from wasting time and wasting effort, or doing something for nothing. Yeah. So these are some etiquettes, and these are like signs of priorities. Yeah. Next chapter is chapter 114, hadith number 221. حدثنا علي بن أبي هاشم قال حدثني نصير بن عمر بن يزيد بن قبيصة بن يزيد الأسدي عن فلان قال سمعت برمة بن ليس بن برمة أنه سمع قبيصة بن برمة الأسدي كنت عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فسمعته يقول أهل المعروف في الدنيا هم أهل المعروف في الآخرة وأهل المنكر في الدنيا هم أهل المنكر في الآخرة. This is really eye-opening hadith, that the Qubaysa ibn Burma al-Asadi, Asad is a Qabila name, and Burma mean handi, I don't know why they used to the, and Asadi is the, Qabisa is the handhold. So this is the name. So he said that I was with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and I heard him say, good people in this world are good people in the next world. Those who have good reputation and good behavior with others, they are likely to continue, and in the life after, on the day of judgment, they will be among the good people, salihin. Bad people in this world are bad people in the next world. So it's like your reputation among other human beings is like your destiny. In other words, your reputation among other people is your destiny. So there are other hadiths where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was asked, what are the characteristics of people of Jannah? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave some characteristic which is coming, hadiths are coming. Those who are soft spoken, those who are easygoing, and those who are very approachable, these are the people of Jannah. They have the good reputation in this. Next hadith is hadith number 222. قال حدثنا موسى بن إسماعيل قال حدثنا عبد الله بن حسان العنبري قال حدثنا حبان بن عاصم وكان حرملة أبا أمه فحدثتني صفية ابنة عليبة ودحيبة ابنة عليبة وكان جدهما حرملة أبا أبيهما أنه أخبرهم. Harmala is the name of the Sahabi. And Harmala ibn Abdullah أنه خرج حتى أتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فكان عنده حتى عرفه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. فلما ارتحل قلت في نفسي والله لآتين النبي حتى ازداد من العلم فجئت أمشي حتى قمت بين يديه فقلت ما تأمرني أعمل؟ قال يا حرملة ائت المعروف واجتنب المنكر. ثم رجعت حتى جئت الراحلة ثم أقبلت حتى قمت مقامي قريبا منه فقلت يا رسول الله ما تأمرني أعمل؟ قال يا حرملة ائت المعروف واجتنب المنكر وانظر ما يعجب أذنك أن يقول لك القوم إذا قمت من عندهم فأته وانظر الذي تكره أن يقول لك القوم إذا قمت من عندهم فاجتنبه. فلما رجعت تفكرت فإذا هما لم يدعا شيئا. So this is a very long hadith, but it has a story. So I will not translate because the story is lost in the translation. I'll just read the next hadith and then I'll tell you the story. Harmala ibn Abdullah. حدثنا الحسن ابن عمر قال حدثنا معتمر قال ذكرت لأبي حديث نبي عثمان عن سلمان أنه قال إن أهل المعروف في الدنيا هم أهل المعروف في الآخرة. فقال إني سمعته من أبي عثمان يحدثه عن سلمان فعرفت أن ذلك كذلك فما حدثت به أحدا قط. So the next hadith, next isnad is also same. It is the repetition of the first hadith which Qubaysa said that those people who have good reputation in this world, they are hopefully be good people on the day of judgment with good people. So this last hadith. But the middle hadith is another wording in a story that Harmala said he came to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he stayed there in a Jamaat or in a group or in the Masjid of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam until Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam recognized him that he was from a Qabila outside Badida. So when time came to leave the Masjid of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then he said, Wallahi, by Allah, I will come to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and ask him some special knowledge, extra knowledge. So he came to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and he stood up in front of him. He said, Ya Rasulullah, what do you ask? What do you order me to do when I'm going home back? It's like a wasiya, taking like what do you recommend me? So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, O Harmala, just do all the good things and don't do anything which is repulsive or sinful. Yeah. So do all the good deeds and don't do any bad deeds. Yeah. This is just simple word. He said, okay. These are general. So he went to his, saddle or his camel to leave Medina. But then he said, okay, let me come back and ask again. So then he returned back to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and he asked, Ya Rasulullah, can you tell me what should I do when I go back home? So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam repeated same thing. He said, Eitil Maruf, do good things, good deeds, and don't do any sinful activities. Wandur ma yu'jibu. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explained a little bit further. Look, whatever you think sounds good to you, and people say good about you, do it. And anything you don't like other people to talk about you, or people do to you, don't do it with other people. Yeah. So it's like, in other words, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, in other wording, he has been reported that whatever you like to be done, do with others. And whatever you don't like other people to do with you, don't do to anybody else. This is a very famous saying. So like treat people equally. If you want to be treated nicely, be nice to others. And if you don't want to be mistreated, don't mistreat anybody. So Harmala said, when I went back to my home, I thought Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he just gave me just 2 words of advice: do good and don't do any bad thing. Yeah. So فَإِذَا هُمَا لَمْ يَدَعَا شَيْئًا. Then I thought that these were 2 statements which did not leave anything out. All the good things, positive things to be done, and all the negative things to be not to refrain from. Yeah? So the other wording of this hadith is أَحِبَّ لِأَخِيكَ مَا تُحِبُّ لِنَفْسِكَ. You should like for others what you like for yourself. Yeah. So if you like to be respected and and done good with you, people treating you good, well and good, so you do other people like this. So that is the other meaning of this hadith. So mean those who have like a generally well behaved, well mannered, soft spoken, easy to approach, they are the good people, and that is the sign of people of Jannah. Next chapter is now trying to give us the branches of Iman, branches of faith, and give us a new meaning to charity, word charity. So every right action is sadaqah. Sadaqah means charity. Chapter 115. Every inna kulla ma'rufin sadaqatun. Every good word and every good action is an act of charity. حدثنا علي بن عياش قال حدثنا أبو حسان قال حدثني محمد بن المنكدر عن جابر بن عبد الله عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال كل معروف صدقة. The next hadith is similar meaning, so I'll just read them. حدثنا آدم بن أبي أياس قال حدثنا شعبة قال حدثني سعيد بن أبي بردان أبي موسى أبيه عن جده عن أبو موسى عشري قال قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم على كل مسلم صدقة قالوا فإن لم يجد قال فيعتمل بيديه فينفع نفسه ويتصدق قالوا فإن لم يستطع أو لم يفعل قال فيعين ذا الحاجة المحلوف ملهوف قالوا فإن لم يفعل قال فيأمر بالخير أو يأمر بالمعروف قالوا فإن لم يفعل قال فيمسك عن الشر فإنه له صدقة. This is the repeat of the previous chapter, that the prioritizing the good list of good actions. Yeah. So these 2 hadiths from Jabir ibn Abdullah and Musa Ashari radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. It's very simple word. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said every right action is a sadaqah. Anything you do is an act of charity. Yeah. Like the smile, like there is other hadith that tabassumuka fi wajhi akhika sadaqatun. When you meet someone and you smile, it is a sadaqah. Smile, you don't have to say or do anything, just put a happy face. Yeah? Cherry smile, we call it in English. Yeah? So some people are naturally always smiling. So every small kindness is sadaqah. So this is Jabir ibn Abdullah. Then the next hadith from Abu Musa Ashari radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu is explaining it in detail. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam announced on the member that every Muslim should do some act of charity. So people thought it is a money or it is some contribution. So they ask, Ya Rasulullah, we don't have much money to give away. قَالَ فَيَعْتَمِلُ بِيَدِهِ. So they ask if he is unable to or does not have the money to do sadaqah, mean charity. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said then he should help someone in great need. Anybody who needs any assistance or help, go and by your hands and your tongue or your writing, help them. It doesn't cost you anything. Islam doesn't cost you anything. قال فإن لم يستطع قال فيعين ذا الحاجة المحلوف. Then he should command the good. So if you go out and help someone with your skills or your time, I think it's in UK it is called in volunteering your time. Yeah. So like if you don't have money, you have time at your hand, go and give yourself. How can I make myself more useful? Yeah. How can I help you? How do I help you? So then Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was asked as a detail that, Ya Rasulullah, if we can't go out and we can't do help other people, قال فيأمر بالخير or يأمر بالمعروف. Then Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said he should command good or command the correctness. Mean he should encourage people to do. I mean, if he can't do himself, cannot give time or effort, then encourage others. So this is the most of the imams they do. Imam's task is to encourage others. Sorry, I mean I'm not derogatory to the imams, but because it's like it's also like empowering others to do. Okay, so encouraging others to do good is like being empowering others. Yeah? Then Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wallahi quizzed us. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَفْعَلْ, if he doesn't have the courage to urge other people to do good, قَالَ فَيُمْسِكُ عَنِ الشَّرِّ, so he should stay at home. Meaning, فَيُمْسِكُ عَنِ الشَّرِّ, he should refrain from evil. That is sadaqah for himself. I mean, if you spare others people, don't be burden on others. Yeah. I mean, in other words, don't be burden on others. I mean, the volunteering time is a very good, in very good British tradition. Really, I didn't know that. We didn't understand that volunteering your time and skill is also a sadaqah. But here in UK, here I think the East Road, there was a board from the council. It says International Bureau of Volunteers. I used to see it. Yeah. Yeah. The Eastern Road? Yeah. International Bureau of Volunteers. So in UK, all the youngsters who want to have a gap year or want to learn a skill, they can say, I am available for next 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. They allocate you in the charity work and community work. Here in UK, or if you want have more time and you have good skills, they can arrange for you to be sent to Bangladesh, to Pakistan, to other places, and you do work. Yeah. So it's like teaching English or teaching like cake making. Anything you can. So that is the like contributing by your skills rather than money. You enjoy it and you transfer your skill to others. Oh, this next hadith is, I think, a repeat of the previous hadith, which was from Abu Zar Ghafari Razillah Ta'ala. So I just read it and I'll just quickly translate it. Yeah. حدثنا مسعود قال حدثنا يحيى عن هشام بن عروة قال حدثني أبي أن أبا مرابح الغفاري أخبره أن أبا ذر أخبره أنه سأل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أي العمل أفضل قال إيمان بالله جهاد في سبيله قال فأي الرقاب أفضل قال أغلاها ثمنا وأنفسها عند أهلها قال أرأيت إن لم أفعل قال تعين الزائعا أو تصنع لأخرق قال أرأيت إن لم أفعل قال تدع الناس من الشر فإنها صدقة تصدق بها عن نفسك. So this is like priority of Iman, Jihad, setting free the, like deploying the skillful or, free slaves. Then fourth degree is tu'inu zai'an, help someone who is straitened circumstances, who is distressed. Yeah, helping someone in distress. Or tasna li akhraqa, or work for someone unskilled. Someone who is unskilled cannot do the plumbing or DIY work. You can help them, just skilled, like so And then if you can't do positively, then تَدَعُ النَّاسَ مِنَ الشَّرِّ, keep at your home. This is the same hadith which was there before. Hadith number 226 is a repeat of the previous. Abu Zar Ghafari radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Yeah? Next is again Abu Zar Ghafari radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu's hadith. حدثنا أبو النعمان قال حدثني مهدي بن ميمون عن واصل مولى أبي عيينة عن يحيى بن عقيل عن يحيى بن يعمر عن أبي الأسود الديلي عن أبي ذر قال قيل يا رسول الله ذهب أهل الدثور بالأجور يصلون كما نصلي ويصومون كما نصوم ويتصدقون بفضول أموالهم قال أليس قد جعل الله لكم ما تصدقون إن بكل تسبيحة وتحميدة صدقة ويضع أحدكم صدقة وبضع أحدكم صدقة قيل في شهوته صدقة قال لو وضع في الحرام أليس كان عليه وزر قال ذلك إن وضع في الحلال كان له أجر. This Abu Zar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu is a very famous Sahabi. So the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was posed this question, Ya Rasulullah, all the wealthy people, they are earning the Jannah and we are poor. This is a question for everybody. Everybody healthy. What they come to pray here in the masjid, they fast, but extra thing they have, they give lots of money in charity, yeah? Excess money to the charity. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, look, the ways of doing charity, there are many. Allah has also empowered you to do sadaqah. What? Every subhanallah is sadaqah. Every alhamdulillah is sadaqah, mean you have reward. And even having conjugal relationship with your wife and children, being with family is sadaqah also. So people say, Ya Rasulullah, how can it be sadaqah? You enjoying your wife and children. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if someone was not in a legitimate relationship, he will do illegitimate relationship. Yeah, youngsters, boyfriend and girlfriend, if they don't get married and settle in life, they will do illegitimate. So if anything which diverts you from illegitimate to legitimacy, it also sadaqah. Even if it is like fulfills, like we take food, we fulfill our need, but it is also like anything we spend to feed ourselves is sadaqah. And getting married is also sadaqah. Chapter 116, removing harmful things. Yeah, cleaning the footpath. Yeah. This is another word. Removing the footpath. Cleaning, and like after Juma, we do not block the footpath. Yeah. Is not blocking is sadaqah after Juma. قال حدثنا أبو عاصم عباد بن سمعان أبي الوازع جابر عن أبي برزة الأسلمي قال قلت يا رسول الله دلني على عمل يدخلني الجنة قال أمثل ذا طريق الناس. حدثنا موسى قال حدثنا وهيبا سهيل نبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال مر رجل مسلم بشوك في الطريق فقال لأميطن هذا الشوك لا يضر رجلا مسلما فغفر له. And this chapter has another hadith, so I'll read all three and then I will translate them. حدثنا موسى قال حدثنا مهدي عن واصل عن يحيى بن عقيل عن يحيى بن يعمر عن أبي الأسود الديلي عن أبو ذر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أرزت علي أعمال أمتي حسنها وسيئها فوجدت في محاسن أعمالها أن الأذى يمات عن الطريق ووجدت في مساوي أعمالها النخاعة في المسجد لا تدفن. There are three hadiths about clearing the path and cleaning the footpath, yeah? Or public way or public highway. So Abu Barza is a Sahabi. He said, Ya Rasulullah, tell me, what can I do good things? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, okay, just go and clean the footpath. Amitil azani tariq. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of course, said that Iman has 70 branches. The tree of Iman has 70 branches. Highest branch is La ilaha illallah, and lowest branch is cleaning the footpath. So, in illustrations, Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu reported in the second hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a person was going on his way and he saw a tree trunk fallen on the footpath. So he said, okay, I'm having problem going over this tree, and many people will come and have the same problem. So he took it away and put it on the side. Yeah, like the glass or something you find on the footpath. So he moved it away. So فَغُفِرَ لَهُ. But just for this small act of kindness, Allah forgave him all his sin. Ghufran. And the next hadith is from Abu Zar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I have been presented the balance sheet of actions my fellow believers do. Uriza alayya amalu ummati. I was presented the balance sheet. I mean, what good actions people do and what bad action they do. So among the good actions, I found that any harmful things which are removed from the footpath or public path is also a good deed, which people do not regard. When we are going, we just, okay, I will just jump over and let others clean after myself. In the parks you see that, clean after your dog. Because really letting your dog foul on the public path is a curseable thing. So, that is like a public etiquette. So, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw among the list of actions which were like bad actions is spitting in the masjid, spitting or throwing in the masjid which you do not clean. If you are overwhelmed with something, in the carpet you can't do here, and we have tissues, but if it was like a bare earth, you can sometimes be overwhelmed with your things, but you should clean after yourself. If you do anything in the masjid, then clean it. Yeah. So nukha'a mean spitting in the mosque, which was in many people in Saudi Arabia. I see that they put tissue boxes, because many people, I don't know, this is biological, they have saliva coming too much when they are in the masjid, so they need to control it, clean it, so they have put tissue boxes there. And in Southeast Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, I see signboard on the mosque window. What does it say? Don't spit towards Qibla, because everybody, instead of going out, they just go. This is the etiquette that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is also showing. So, for instance, if I find any dirt from my body or from my thing, I should not leave it in the masjid. Yeah, because it is really very, very derogatory to the masjid. Even a single particle, we should pick it up and put in our pocket and throw it away, isn't it? We don't leave for cleaners to clean it here. Okay, so these are the three things. So what it is that even minutest things we do in our life has good repercussion, good reward, and it can be like it's life-saving for us, because it's done from the soft-heartedness. Yeah. Okay, the next chapter. How much time we have? 20 minutes. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bismillah. Chapter 117 on good words. Soft and good words, not foul mouth. So حدثنا بشر بن محمد قال أخبرنا عبد الله قال أخبرنا عبد الجبار بن عباس الحمداني عن عدي بن ثابت عن عبد الله بن يزيد الخطمي قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كل معروف صدقة. حدثنا سعيد بن سليمان قال حدثنا مبارك عن ثابت عن أنس قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أتي بالشيء يقول اذهبوا به إلى فلانة فإنها كانت صديقة خديجة اذهبوا به إلى بيت فلانة فإنها كانت تحب خديجة. Oh, sorry. Am I doing 231, 232? Yeah. حدثنا محمد بن كثير قال أخبرنا سفيان عن أبي مالك الأشجعي عن ربيعة عن حذيفة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال نبيكم كل معروف صدقة. So here in this chapter is a repeat of the previous hadith, which is among the Jawamiul Kalim, like the proverbal quotation from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Every good deed, every good action, or every good word, every good act is sadaqah. So among the good act is saying something good to you. You are alhamdulillah, you are nice, you look nice, you smiling or something like that. Any it's like paying compliment to someone. Yeah, paying compliment. So saying verbally compliment is not being miserly. If someone looks nice, if one wearing something nice clothes, or if someone doing some good things, or if someone saying something good, then we should be complimenting them. So complimenting is also a good deed. So what the middle hadith is that Anas ibn Malik radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu said that whenever a gift was presented to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he will redirect that gift to the friends of his late wife Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha. Friends. So not just wife has passed away in Makkah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in Medina. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will remember good days of his good wife, and how he would repay or do things that to give to the friends of his beloved wife. Yeah, فَإِنَّهَا كَانَتْ صَدِيقَةُ خَدِيجَةُ. So the friend, she was the friend of Khadija. And another time Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will say, go to someone, take this to so and so because she loved Khadija. So those who are loved by Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, or those people who love Khadija, mean they were friend and good, praiser of the Khadija, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will even honor them in the good memory of his late wife Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha. Once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did qurbani, sacrifice of an animal, and then some part of those sacrificial animal he sent it to all the friends of and neighbors of Khadija who were in Medina that time. Then Sayyidina Aisha radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, his young and beloved wife in Medina, she said, Ya Rasulullah, why you remember that old lady? She was young, she couldn't understand. She said, why you remember that old lady? She has gone and Allah has given you some more. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, his wording was innaha kanat wa kanat. She was she. There is no one who can replace Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned Sayyidina Aisha, don't ever talk about my late wife in that wording. So Sayyidina Aisha, since that time, rest of the life, like 10 years or 9 years or 8 years she was with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she never mentioned anything. And she knew that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not forgive. So we have some 4 or 5 more hadiths inshallah before Maghrib. Going out, the next chapter 118 is going out the vegetable garden and carving things in a sack on one's shoulder to the house. I mean doing things, yeah? Doing hard work, gardening, yeah? Gardening, yes. قال حدثنا إسحاق بن مخلد عن حماد بن أسامة عن مسعر قال حدثنا عمر بن قيس عن أمر أبي قرة الكندي قال عرض أبي على سلمان أخته فأبى وتزوج مولاة له يقال له بقيرة فبلغ أبا قرة أنه كان بين حذيفة وسلمان شيء فأتاه يطلبه فأخبره أنه في مقبلة له فتوجه إليه فلقيه معه زبيل فيه بقل قد أدخل عصاه في عروة الزبيل وهو على عاتقه فقال يا أبا عبد الله ما كان بينك وبين حذيفة قال يقول سلمان وكان الإنسان عجولا فانطلق حتى أتيا دار سلمان فدخل سلمان الدار فقال السلام عليكم ثم أذن لأبي قرة فدخل فإذا نمط موضوع على باب وعند رأسه لبنات وإذا قرطات فقال اجلس على فراشك مولاتك التي تمهد لنفسها ثم أنشأ يحدثه فقال إن حذيفة كان يحدث بأشياء كان يقولها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في غضبه لأقوام فأوتى فأسأل عنها فأقول حذيفة أعلم بما يقول وأكره أن تكون ضغائن بين أقوام فأتي حذيفة فقيل له إن سلمان لا يصدقك ولا يكذبك بما تقول فجاءني حذيفة فقال يا سلمان ابن أم سلمان فقلت يا حذيفة لتنتهين أو لأكتبن فيك إلى عمر فلما خوفته بعمر تركني فقد قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من ولد آدم أنا فأيما عبد من أمتي لعنته لعنة أو سببته سبة في غير كنهه فاجعلها عليه صلاة. Yeah, there is another hadith. So this is a story, and I will try to summarize for you the story of like skirmishes between two Sahabi and how these skirmishes was being solved, verbal things. So the next hadith is حدثنا ابن أبي شيبة قال حدثنا يحيى عن الأعمش عن حبيب عن سعيد بن جبير عن عبد الله بن عباس قال عمر أخرجونا بنا إلى أرض قومنا فخرجنا فكنت أنا وأبي بن كعب في مؤخرة الناس فهاجت سحابة فقال أبي اللهم اصرف عنا داها فلحقناهم وقد ابتلت رحالهم فقالوا ما أصابكم الذي أصابنا قلت إنه دعا الله عز وجل أن يصرف عنا ذاها فقال عمر ألا دعوتم لنا معكم. So this is both hadith or the story relate to the time of the Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. It's not about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So after Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu's demise, during the time of Khalifa Umar, Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu has embargoed that people should not report a hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam without 100% being sure. I mean without assurance, yeah. So you know some stories like I reported to you about the Sayyidina Aisha radhiyallahu ta'ala anha being like jealous of Sayyidina Khadija, and it caused some anger with the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So there are similar stories about Salman al-Farsi, yeah, Salman al-Farsi, and so some Huzaifa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was like a what's called the secret keeper of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like all the community secret were with him. Mean about munafiqeen, about other people, who were like not working for the benefit of the community, or who were the hypocrites. Yeah. So then there were, misunderstanding between Salman and Hudayfa radhiyallahu ta'ala. Salman radhiyallahu ta'ala said that Hudayfa is reporting things which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam may have said in anger, and he is just reporting some angry stories of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the other Sahabis, they tried to make peace within it. Then what happened, that Huzaifa radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, فَقُلْتُ يَا حُذَيْفَةَ ابن حذيفة لتنتهين أو لأكتبن فيك إلى عمر فلما خوفته بعمر تركني. So Salman radhiyallahu ta'ala said that, look, if you don't stop telling stories which are really reporting about something which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in anger, or he made comment about certain things, otherwise I will report to the Caliph Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had announced before his final farewell journey, that in the public Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam announced that if I have said anything harsh on anybody, please forgive me. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked forgiveness from the people. And also Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua that if I have hit or said some things in anger to anybody, O Allah, make it a source of goodness rather than something, So many times Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became angry, and he reprimanded someone, he said something. So once we know that even anything which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has done in anger is also good for the public, it's reprimanding, it's like asking people to do certain things, not to do certain things, then this dispute between Huzaifa and Sayyidina Salman was resolved by the Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala. And there is another story that Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he wanted to go outside Medina. If you go to like Uhud from Medina, it's like 2 miles, yeah. So they started to go towards the suburb of Medina, and Ubay ibn Ka'ab was with Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And then they just saw a cloud coming to rain. So Ubay said, "Oh Allah, don't make us wait. Oh Allah, just save us from the wet weather." Yeah, like in UK sometimes it's not wet. So when they reached their destination to the suburb of Medina, then they saw rain was there. So they said, "Oh, what happened? You are coming from Medina, you are dry, and we are here in the suburb of Medina, we are wet." So Sayyidina Umar radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu and Ubay ibn Ka'ab, he said, we just made a small dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from the the bad effect or being wet in the rain. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved us. So those people, the garden where they went, they say, "Why didn't you make dua for us also? Oh Allah, give us good situation and not any things." So we completed hadith number 235 and completed 118 chapters, alhamdulillah. From today we did, there were some repeat hadiths, so we did a lot, like 20 hadiths. So next week Imam Hamid will do. I will be away for 3 weeks. I'm taking holidays. Sorry. You are the manager. You should know. Maybe he will confine to Saturdays, yeah? Sunday he may not be there. So that's fine. We can give our audience half-term holiday.
No, now it's me the manager, not him.
Okay, good. Okay, we have 2 minutes?
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions or anything? Sorry if I'm hurried, because I don't know. I just make it little bit. So I'll just leave a note for Imam Hamid. Next week will be 236. 236. Hamid. We reached today 235. Next week it will be 236. 236. Okay, shukran.